I was just speaking some Serbian. I understood something about life. I understood how to speak. I understood how to grow. I understood how to get my message across. I see that's the thing about life. If you do something in your life every single day to understand something, I see that's where you're going. I see it's about understanding where you're coming from. I see, so when I start with the I realize I come back to something that I say. And when I come back to something that I say, I realize something, that I realize how to talk. I see when I talk to you personally, it's about understanding you as a person. I then try to talk in a way that is my IUQ rule. I see, what does this mean, IUQ rule? I see it means I start with the I start with the you, and I start with the question. I see it's just that simple. I see, although that's how I speak. I understand when I talk, I can talk all day long like this. I realize I don't have to speak anymore the way I was speaking before. In my journal, I can now talk in a nice, appropriate way for myself all day long, speaking communicational skills into the planet and understanding what to say about life. I see that's how I live life. I understand that when I talk, I realize that's how I do life. I do life in the best way. I do life in a good way. I understand what I'm saying. I understand how I grow myself as a person. I realize when I grow myself as a person, I try to do something that is communication. I can say when I speak in front of people that it's going to be liberating. I can say it's going to be an amazing factor in my life. And then I see where this program is. I realize what I say in this program is not what I say to other people at the seminar. I realize I always say something different. I say something that is on my mind. I only speak what is on my mind. That's how I talk. I say that's how I talk because I understand when I grow myself, I need to never cut the I out. I realize that's how I realize that I go into a better world. I can say when I get into a better world in my life, you start with something that you grow with. You start with yourself. You start with a nice and beautiful way. I could say when I'm growing myself, I have to stick to the IUQ rule in everything I do. You have to understand that it's just about life, isn't it? You have to understand it's about growth. Do you understand? I realize that's how it is. I can say when I understand something about life when I'm growing, I can say I just grow. I grow as a person. I talk in a nice and beautiful way. I realize that's what I need to do. I need to talk in a way that I am understood about life. And when I'm understood about life, I keep going on about things that are important to me. I need to be important. I need to help myself to give you the tools and give you the skills and give you everything that I have in a way that we are growing together. I realize that's what I do as a life coach. I'm a life coach at 31. I have a lot of skills. I have a lot of potential. I can speak all day long. And I have everything going for me in terms of my words. But I have to every single day work on myself. I have to every single day speak a lot of words into the planet because that's how I find my way. I realize I've been talking for this long. It's already been 4.5 minutes. And I'm feeling beautiful. I'm feeling like I'm on top of the world. Because I understand something. I understand I no longer have to talk the way I talked in my journal. I can now talk freely. I can now talk in a way that I'm having a conversation with you instead of myself only. I realize that. I realize now I've grown as a person. I've grown in a different way. I've grown maturely. I've grown. How have I grown though? I've grown in the way I speak. That no longer in my life am I going to write the way I did in my journal. Do you know why? I realize because it's a different form of communication. I realize, yes, it's information. It's information. I understand, but the thing is, you have to realize that I talk differently now. I talk in a better way. I talk in a way that I'm making a conversation with you instead of just myself. That's why I understand where I'm going. I understand I'm on a better path now, and I'm not going backwards. I can understand that if there's anything in this audio program that you have to understand is that I've grown my words. I've grown into a better person. I've grown into a person that can speak now. I can say that if you ever want to reach out to me, you can find me on Instagram. And when you find me on Instagram, please shout me a DM. And please just say something nice. I realize if you can say something about how I helped you or about any feedback that you can give me or anything like that, that'll be beautiful. I realize anyway, guys, I hope that you've enjoyed this program. I hope that you understand that I'm just a better person now. But I'm just a person now that can actually speak words. I'm just a person now that I've changed in my persona. I've changed in the way I talk to people. I've changed massively in how I write my words.